Believe it or not, Taylor Swift is actually affecting the American economy. I never even thought of that. I know even internationally it's different. So the Federal Reserve, the guys that raise interest rates, right? These guys, the bankers, they say that Taylor Swift's Eras Tour has boosted the economy. And one market research firm estimates they can add another $5 billion. That's 5 with a B, guys. $5 billion in the economy thanks to her tour that she's on. So here's what they're saying, like cities like Chicago. Chicago had actually broken records, has set a city record for occupied hotels thanks in part to Taylor Swift's 3 sold-out shows, sold-out concerts that she had. I was just there in Chicago last year. I remember how crazy packed it was because I ran the Chicago Marathon. And surprisingly, even though that was a packed city, freaking Taylor Swift shows up and more people show up. I mean, that's mind-blowing to me. Like 40,000 runners show up with all their family and friends. Oh no, Taylor Swift shows up and then people really turn out for the city. That's blowing my mind that that's even affecting it. Imagine what that's doing to businesses, even the restaurants and that industry around there, not just to mention the hotels, right? But everybody else, even Airbnbs and Ubers and everything else. The whole economy just booms because Taylor Swift shows up. So let me go a little bit more on the statistics too. It says the Eras Tour has grossed more than 300 million so far, according to Pollster. It also says that more than 1.1 million tickets have been sold at an average price of over $250. Also says that the money goes far deeper than just net profits. They're projected to generate close to $5 billion in consumer spending in the United States alone. If Taylor Swift were an economy, she'd be bigger than 50 countries. 50 countries. What would we name that country? Would we call it like Swiftopolis? Swiftiness? Swiftia? I don't know what we call it, right? But that's a pretty dang big country, isn't it? Okay, so what are the lessons we can take from her success right now? Number one is that she's generating a lot of freaking income. Some of it even passive income through the royalties that she's receiving. Remember, her music career, obviously just even having her downloads, they said 80% increase in the downloads that she had for her music. She gets paid from that. From all that traffic, she's getting paid from that. Also, think about the merchandise. All the merchandise that they're selling on those tours, huge. Remember, they're spending double what they expected. Some of that was their outfits. And then, not to mention movies. I even saw her in a cameo in a movie once where she got literally hit by, I can't say what she did because it would be a spoiler alert. But she was even in a movie recently, like just for a little bit. Who knows how much she got paid? And just because of the fact that she's bringing in more money, now allows her to charge more money when she goes to do these kind of things. I mean, it goes on and on. She also knows her worth. I think this is so important because many of us, remember I talked about us being mere mortals at the beginning of this, right? But let's be honest, like we all have this unique worth. We're all worth something. Her worth, she definitely owns it. She doesn't flaunt it horribly, but she does own her worth. She owns the fact that she knows she's awesome and that she does great things. And that's one of the big things that she does too that I think we could take as a lesson for ourselves is, where do you shine? Her success does not take away from people. Now, there might be people out there saying that she's ripping people off, like she's rich and that's not fair. Think about what they've been saying in these articles. She is bringing prosperity wherever she goes. That money is coming in, it's getting spent. But many people, when they think it's like a zero-sum game, meaning you gotta win, but if you win, somebody else loses, or somebody loses, that person wins. It's always a win-lose transaction, right? Somebody makes money, that means somebody lost money. That's how people see money. But that, guys, is not the case. When we talk about money, like we got this, nice little $20 bill here, right? We got the $20 bill. It's not just 20 bucks. It's what the $20 can do that's important. Because remember, if I just keep 20 bucks, I keep in my pocket, I've got 20 bucks. But what if I spend that 20 bucks? Let's say I give that to you. I give you the $20 now. You just made $20. Now, what if you said, Chris, I love your videos. They're so awesome. I subscribe and I like them all the time and I keep watching them and you're gonna keep doing that too, right? Ding. You keep doing that kind of stuff and then maybe I make 20 bucks. And so I get paid back. It doesn't even have to come out of your pocket, but somebody pays me 20 bucks too. Now I made $20. The cool thing is I paid you 20, you paid me 20 indirectly, right? And guess what? We made 40 from the same $20 bill. It's the same thing. An employer pays you for work at your job. If you just held on to that money, it dies with you, right? That's it. It does nothing. There's no life to it. But when you have that money flow, that cash flow, right, that we talk about so much, you have that $20 and then you go spend that at the store. Well, guess what? That pays not just the grocery store, it's paying the employees there, it's paying the suppliers that provide the food and everything else. It goes out to them. And then those employees, they go home and they spend the money too. They might even spend it for that stuff. It goes to the farmers, everybody else, and they spend money. Again, that money comes back around. The faster we spend money, the more that everybody makes. If you want a depression, like the Great Depression, just do what they did back then. Everybody was so scared about not having enough money. What did they do? They put in their pocket and they put it away, didn't want to spend it. And guess what? When you don't spend money, they don't get paid. And if they don't get paid, they won't spend money, and therefore you won't get paid. That's the difference between a recession and a depression. Recession, your neighbor gets laid off. In a depression, you get laid off. That's the difference, guys, is that money, that exchange is what creates wealth. Taylor Swift coming into those areas, getting people to spend that money, created more exchange. All those people got paid. Now, as long as those people also spend money, guess what? Everybody's getting paid. That's why the stimulus checks, they're trying to stimulate the economy for that very reason, to stimulate everything so that everyone makes more. That is how you make an economy grow, not by throwing in more money from the government. We don't need more money from the government. All we need people to do is be like Taylor Swift. We just need people to go in, use their genius, do it in an amazing way, employ people, and create more jobs, and then that is what creates more exchange. When people feel free and they are making money, they're willing to spend money, and when people are willing to spend money, they make more money. That is the key to a successful economy. It's about what you produce, not what somebody pays you. So guess what? Not only does Taylor Swift have the secrets of how to create wealth and make money, but we do too on Money Ripple's channel. Check out this next video. Taylor Swift has the Midas golden touch. Everybody's making more money. It's adding hundreds of millions of dollars into people's economies right away. Taylor Swift broke records just by having 3 concerts, adding billions into the US economy right now.